Hey, what's going on, shrimp keepers? I am in Baraboo, Wisconsin, visiting Steve's fish tanks. These things are massive, they're impressive. I can't wait to show you guys. So I'm gonna turn the camera around, hopefully get Steve on camera for a little bit and show you guys what he has going on. All right, to start off, we're looking at a 300-gallon cube tank. This thing is awesome. I believe, what are these, Central American cichlids?
Yeah.
And they're just, you got this huge lily up here. And the lights, it's later in the day, so the lights are dimming down. Huge Malaysian driftwood.
Yeah.
It is absolutely amazing.
This is our speaker we brought in from Ohio. He wanted to come up and take a look at Steve's fish tank.
Amazing. I mean, you just don't see tanks like this ever. And Steve does. I mean, he has some amazing ones. And then you move over here, and it's this 700-gallon reef tank. When do you ever see a 700-gallon reef tank in someone's
The
big?
yellow wrasse is a terminal male. You don't see him often looking at see the green on the face.
Yeah.
He had the two of them might both be that. He had a smaller female in here, and those two used to spawn.
Oh, no way.
I
They used to spawn in here.
Oh yeah, I have well, the cardinals down there spawn. That doesn't look like either of them are carrying right now. Where are the other? The guy cardinal spawn, but that's kind of like bragging about guppies.
I mean, it's absolutely stunning. Tons and tons of fish. Again, I mean, this thing is just massive. And Steve isn't anywhere close to done with it. He said he has a lot farther to go, a lot more things that he wants to add. He has a ton of coral frags in the back.
Curious, I've never seen rock that like look like that. Is that a certain type of live rock?
That's a shelf rock, they call it. So essentially, those are really old coral heads.
Oh.
Very, the type that are more what are called platers.
Okay.
I got that at Bulk Reef Supply up in Minneapolis. Back when they used to let you cherry pick out the pieces.
So you'd go through and pick out the best ones.
The biggest ones. Yeah.
Wow.
A friend and I spent about, when we really got going to put this together, a friend and I spent more than a full day putting stuff in here. And at the end of it, we both had sunburns.
No way.
The halides will burn you. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So your hands were cooked. Just absolutely amazing. And how awesome would it be to work at a computer between this and then you got this awesome terrarium here, and he said about 20 to 30 dart frogs in here, which I haven't seen any yet, unfortunately, but it is, later in the day, so they're probably hiding in for the night. But I mean, this thing is just beautiful, impressive. I love it. All right, so right now we're behind the terrarium. He's got all the vents back here. He's got all the wingless fly cultures, and I mean, it's just awesome. And you turn around and you see he's got his quarantine tank for salt water that he was using right here. He's got his nice little setup. And you come back here, he has this just an amazing setup, and he kind of told us about it a little bit. He mixes all of his RO water here, salt water. You got this huge protein skimmer. I mean, this thing is probably 3 feet tall, something like that. And then it feeds down into this bucket. And then he also doses vinegar and stuff like that to get carbon into the water. Does automatic dosing pump. This is his sump, which is, oh my gosh, I mean, it is just huge, mammoth. It has pump built in here, and you literally just walk up here. And then he's got a reef tank right here, which is the 700-gallon reef tank. He has his own custom lights up here, or his custom light stand, and then it is just extremely impressive. Like, I am blown away. I'm so glad we made it up here. I mean, how often you get to see, 300 or 700-gallon sump tank, or 700-gallon saltwater tank, huge terrarium, 300-gallon cube. I mean, it's just awesome. He's got another huge sump down there that he's going to start using. He hasn't started yet, but I imagine that's about 300 or 400 gallons. No, probably about 300 gallons. And then he's got a bunch of coral frags. I mean, he's been in the hobby his whole life. I think he said he bought 180 gallon when he was like 22 years old, and it's just been a fun hobby for him ever since. And I would have got him on camera, but he's had a busy weekend. He's at his gun club up, and they've been shooting, so he really wasn't feeling up to being on camera. But yeah, so it is just, I mean, it's just super, super impressive. I absolutely love it. I mean, very rarely am I blown away, and I am absolutely 100% blown away by this fish room. So, just really cool to actually see in person and be able to witness just the how big it is. Yeah, they're definitely coming out now.
We have one out of 25 cover stuff up there.
Well, yeah, and small things that don't grow too fast because it gets eat wet. I think I have a few of those somewhere back in that corner that I can't see anymore. So, but it kind of depends on how much snipping you want to do. Some of the smaller genesserids.
Now, how long has this tank been set up?
Like 2009 is when it was set up, but all it grew was, that's when I didn't do anything with it, just had water in it.
Gotcha. Because you
When-
blew
Well,
out
you
your
started
knee,
to
right?
log on our
Yeah.
forum when you first really started working on it.
Yeah.
So we could look at the date on
But
that.
when I really started putting stuff back in and going, yeah.
Wow. Now, what type of lighting do you run on here? Just out of
These are
curiosity.
400 watt metal halides with using 20K radiums. Which is kind of
Wow.
like the gold standard for things looking. The thing was, you went from 5K bulbs to 6500. Ooh, look how much less yellow it is,
Yeah.
you know? And then you went to 10K bulbs, and that was crazy. And then finally the 20Ks came out.
Geez, so it's constantly been changing.
Yeah, and then LEDs kind of took off and are really dominating. But when it comes to it, a lot of people would like the
Now, do you have to glue the coral or the live rock to the back, the overflows?
All the overflows and all that is siliconed in place. Yes.
Silicone in
I did
place.
that at the very when the tank was dry.
Pretty.
Probably a she at this point.
She?
There's a smaller one, but I think it might have gone down the overflow and be behind the tank now. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Now, do you buy them in pairs in hopes that they'll breed, or you just kind
No,
of?
you buy them in as long as you buy them in dissimilar enough sizes, you've got a pair because the young ones are always male. They're protoandrous hermaphrodites.
Okay, and that means
So
that they.
always, all the clowns all start out as males. All females are
Oh.
sex changed over from males.
No way. Now, do you have to feed the corals something special?
Nope.
So
I don't
they-
feed the corals at all.
They just eat whatever's in the water column.
They'll eat the water column stuff, they'll eat the fish waste. Some people put lots of different kinds of things in. Some people put nothing in. I'm in the nothing camp.
And I mean, obviously it's working.
Yeah, they're growing. Oh, he's got a little thing right on his lip. Looks like he's got a lip piercing.
How about coral? Which one's your favorite? Or which one are you the most proud of? Or?
Actually, the thing I like.
That's a tough
Another
one.
good question. Yeah.
I love this thing, to be honest, because
Yeah,
it
that's a
looks
nice
like it's
one.
been growing for a long time
It's
there.
been going, and they're nice. That's kind of a. They're not real new, but there's one of those, the purple stylo.
Purple stylo.
Yeah, stylophora. So that's a nice one. I probably like the Montes the best, which are the Montiphoras, which are like the blue, purple plate, the orange plate, and the green plate.
Okay.
And then there's one in there with green with red dots. That's Season's Greetings. The orange on the back with the orange and the purple overtone is another one. Those took it hard when I had the changeover at the tanks. So a lot of those kind of bleached out and got kind of funny looking.
Well, it looks like they're recovering nice now.
Yeah, those, yeah. Well, here's another one I really, this orange Monty here. I don't even know what that is, but it's a neat one. And then you can see the orange with the green overlay on it.
Oh,
It's another nice. Actually, and that's another little Monty. I like these little encrusting.
Now, did you actually stick them there, and that's how they
these
started
are all
growing?
glued on,
That's
yeah.
awesome. Yeah, that one in the back.
Kind of reminds me of like when you see a tree falling over in the forest,
Yeah.
and that fungus starts growing out of
Yeah,
them.
they're very much like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Which are the ones that pair up with like like a goby pairs up with a shrimp?
Well, they were talking about that. I used to have the ones where they dig, and so what will
Yeah.
happen is the goby is the eyes, and the shrimp is the digger. And the shrimp will normally lay an antenna on the goby, and the goby normally stays about one body width away up from the hole.
No way.
And if the goby sees anything, it darts down, and the shrimp backs up.
So it's really just a watcher for the shrimp. So that's the symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, and those are like the parrots are definitely like the wrasses. The big ones are terminal males, and they'll defend a territory,
Okay.
and they'll breed like kind of a lek where the males defend a spot, and the females come up and they'll mass breed, and then you'll have small males try and sneak in.
Okay. And this is the one that you said that was eating your coral and stuff.
Yeah,
He
you
just
just
kind
look
of
at his lips, you can
he
see it.
samples everything.
Well, if you watch him long enough, he'll poop out sand. You just want to watch him like.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny.